Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning for everybody tuning in. I hope everybody is doing well today. Thank you so much for joining me on my live. Um, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Wafa, and I'm an English teacher in Canada. I've been teaching IELTS for the past 9 years to students. So I help students prepare for IELTS, pass the IELTS exam, and wish them the best. So, yeah, here I am. I decided to do a Facebook Live or YouTube Live because I really want to help you all. Um, so, today I really wanted to concentrate on talking about. Hello, I see some people joining us. Let me know your name, where you're chatting from. I'd love to meet you all. Remember that these sessions are interactive. You could ask any questions you'd like, and I will definitely answer them either by the end of the live or during the live. So today I really wanted to talk about 7 strategies you can use to really improve your IELTS speaking preparation and just guide you through your IELTS speaking preparation. One thing I want to note is that it's so important that you have a particular study plan or some roadmap in place of how exactly you are preparing for the IELTS exam. So one thing I wanted to say is hello, Suman. Thank you for joining us from Bangladesh. Hello, Pula. Is it Pauline or Pulaine? If I'm not saying it correctly, please let me know. Thank you for joining us all the way from South Africa. These are two beautiful countries. I'd love to visit one day. So one thing I wanted to note is it's so important, like I said, that you have a proper roadmap of how you are going to prepare for IELTS speaking, how you are going to practice. So I'm going to go down the list of how exactly you should be preparing or what strategies you should use. So the first strategy I wanted you to implement into your IELTS speaking preparation is that you need to practice every day. You really, really need to practice how to speak English every day. So I know this is easier said than done. There's so many different ways of practicing, such as listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, maybe reading articles, practicing with your friends. But guys, you need to do this every day. You need to show up to your preparation every single day because that's the only way you will see improvements in your English speaking capabilities. But you need to practice every day, whether it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Try to allocate some time, maybe every day, in the evenings right before bed, maybe 9 p.m. to 9:30. You're going to say, I'm going to practice English every day, whether I have a friend to practice with, whether I'm able to read an article or watch a YouTube video. I'm going to dedicate 30 minutes of my night every single evening to practice or prepare for IELTS speaking. Guys, this is the only way you will actually see some improvements. Do not just practice one day and leave it out for the entire week. Do it every day, and I can guarantee you, you will see a huge difference, a drastic improvement actually in your speaking capabilities. And number two is, while you are practicing daily, you need to make the effort to learn new vocabulary wise. learn new vocabulary word, guys. It's so important that you actually make an effort to learn new vocabulary words. You learn how to use them and in what context. So, for example, let's say you're watching a YouTube video and you come across a word that you are not familiar with. Actually make an effort to look it up in the dictionary, look it up in what sentence structure you could use it in what context. It's one thing to learn new vocabulary words, but if you don't know how to implement them in your sentence or in what type of sentence, what's the benefit of that, right? So you want to make sure that you learn these different vocabulary words and you actually look it up in the dictionary. You actually try to write the sentences in your own, the words in your own sentences, so that way you actually remember the word. I'll tell you, if I learn a new vocabulary word and I don't implement it into my own sentence or practice it using my own sentence, I'll forget about the word. So you want to make sure you remember how to use this word in particular sentences. And the third one, the best way to improve in your English speaking is to try to record yourself while you are practicing. So, does anyone want to chime in and tell me why you think recording yourself while you are practicing your English speaking skills? What's the benefit of recording yourself? I see a few people attending the live. Please tell me, what do you think the benefit of recording yourself is? Would anyone like to tell me? So that's okay. So the main benefit of recording yourself is that it really helps you understand your weak points, what you need to work on, how exactly you can identify these particular areas of improvement you need to work on. And that way you could record yourself again and again, and you actually see if you've actually improved in that particular area. Let's say pronunciation. If you have a difficult time pronouncing a particular word, how are you going to know you're pronouncing it wrong? Only by recording yourself. So if you are able to record yourself, you will be able to assess your fluency, your grammar, your mistakes, your sentence structures, even your facial expression, right? That's such a big important thing to know, is these are the things you need to work on, and the only way to know if you're improving or not is by actually recording yourself. Make it simple. Literally, you could record yourself using the camera app on your phone or even the webcam on your laptop. You use something that's accessible and easy. And guys, the fourth strategy you need to remember is to actually have practice speaking tests and watch practice speaking tests. Both of these are so important to improving in your English. The main reason why you want to practice how to assimilate pretty much a live practice speaking test is because on exam day, you don't want to be confused that, oh, wow, I didn't know in IELTS speaking part 2, I had to prepare my answer to speak for a full 2 minutes. So you want to make sure you know exactly what to expect from the IELTS speaking section. And also, you want to make sure that you are able to actually speak for a full 2 minutes in IELTS speaking. So this is why it's so important to do practice speaking tests, record yourself, and this way you will see lots of improvement in your IELTS speaking or English speaking in particular. And guys, the fifth strategy you need to implement when you are practicing your IELTS speaking section is to try to get feedback. whether it's joining a course, whether it's reaching out to a friend who is native in English or fluent in English, try to reach out to somebody who has a higher level English level than you and be like, hey, can you please check my recording? Did I make a mistake? What do you think about this? So if you are able to join your local IELTS speaking course, IELTS speaking coaching center, connect with a friend, make sure you do that. And guys, we have a surprise coming very soon within the next month for courses and coaching. So if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned because this is not something you don't want to miss. It's a surprise. I can't tell you what exactly it's for, but I'm super excited to be working on it. And the sixth strategy you need to implement is to join online communities. Guys, there's so many different Facebook communities you could join for IELTS preparation. For those of you who are not joining from Facebook directly, we do have a Facebook community group where I post lots of different tips, strategies, sentences, sample sentences, fill in the blanks for you to practice your English speaking and English writing skills. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you join our Facebook community so that way you are able to even practice your English while you're scrolling through Facebook. I mean, what better than that? Why waste time just scrolling and not being able to practice your English? And last but not least, guys, number seven. Number seven is improve your pronunciation. So the last strategy I wanted to discuss today is use apps to improve your pronunciation. Remember that one of the band descriptors for the IELTS speaking section is going to be grading you on your pronunciation and your ability to pronounce certain words correctly. So there's two things I wanted to discuss in this section. The first thing is if you are looking to improve your pronunciation, there are so many different apps out there that you could use that you could actually hear English speaker saying the word correctly and pronouncing it correctly. These are Oxford Online English, Frovo. These are certain apps you can use to improve your English, and also you could even use dictionary.com, and there's a little speaker at the top. If you click that speaker and listen carefully, you could actually hear exactly how the word is used, how the word is said correctly in English. And this will help you really, really improve your English and know exactly how to pronounce the word. And another thing I wanted to note is actually, so in the English language, with the vowels A, E, I, O, U, sometimes A could be pronounced in so many different ways. So the best way to know how to pronounce certain words is to become familiar with the phonetic alphabet. If you look up IPA on YouTube, you will learn how to pronounce the different ways of how A is spelled in certain words. So, for example, a long vowel, short vowel, apple, or peace. It could be pronounced in so many different ways. So it's so important that you learn when to pronounce it correctly, how to pronounce it correctly. So this is a mouthful of information I'm giving you. But honestly, guys, my main goal is to help you all improve your English, become better English speakers, and I promise you, with practice, you will actually become better. And also, another thing I wanted to really, really mention is, it's usually a misconception or false information given to you that you can't take the IELTS exam until you are able to pronounce words like a native English speaker. And one thing I wanted to mention is that this is not correct. It's not that you cannot take the IELTS exam until you are fluent in English. Even though one of the band descriptors are being graded on your pronunciation abilities, I always recommend students is that they need to be able to use words that they are comfortable using and that they don't have a challenging time pronouncing. The main reason why is because even though the band descriptors, you will be graded on the correct pronunciation, why would you use words you have a challenging time pronouncing? Remember, the IELTS speaking test is not grading you on using big words. The IELTS speaking test is grading you on your abilities to clearly and coherently answer the question correctly. Remember that. You do not need to use big words that you have a hard time pronouncing. So make sure when you are trying to speak to the examiner and relay a message to him or answer a question, use words that you use on an everyday basis. Remember that the IELTS speaking test is pretty much how native English speakers talk on a daily basis. So pretty much how exactly I would talk to my neighbor, how exactly I would talk to a friend, not how I would talk to my manager. Manager is formal discussion between him and I. But the way I talk to my neighbors, an informal discussion, like, oh hey, how's it going? What have you been up to? Just very basic English, and this will make you comfortable. I know a lot of students really, really suffer from anxiety and feel anxious. They feel scared. You might feel scared going into the IELTS exam, but I promise you, with lots of practice and effort, you will get that band score you need. Whether you need a band 7 or band 8, band 9, I'm here to help you guys. I can help you overcome those fears, anxious feelings, challenges, or maybe you have some hesitation in your speech and you forget what words to say while you are talking to the examiner. And this is why I'm here, because I really want to help you. I really want to help you all become better in IELTS speaking, become the confident speaker you want to be. You can do it. I promise you. We all struggle with certain things in life, but with lots of practice, perseverance, and lots of daily consistency, you can get to your goal that you aspire to be at. Let me know if you have any questions down in the let me know if you have any questions down below, and I'm here to answer. Suman, you said your video gets stacked. Does that mean it's lagging? You cannot hear me? Uh, just let me know if you could hear me. I can hear you properly. Great. So, Suman, how about you tell me a little bit about yourself, dear? Have you tried to take the IELTS exam? Are you having troubles with IELTS speaking? Let me know your situation. I really want to help you, assist you with the right tools you may need. I'm here to guide you. So I don't want to assume on. Suman, I cannot see who else is in this live. I see there's a few people in here. However, I cannot see your names until you chat in the chat box. Let me know your situation. Um, what you find challenging. I'd like to know what your challenges are, or in any part of the IELTS exam, whether it be speaking, writing, reading, or listening. Suman, so you struggle with speaking. What are some things you've been doing to try to improve your speaking? And how often have you been practicing these different things you've been doing? Have you been reading daily? Have you been trying to listen to podcasts? I'd like to know. Because I know recently I got a few questions asking, how can I overcome anxiety, my anxiety in IELTS speaking? How can I stay confident while talking to the examiner? And uh, best advice, yes, pauses frequently in talking when I practice my answer. So yes, I feel like a lot of students have this trouble. They pause frequently. You're hesitant in your speech, and this is normal when you are trying to think of a word. So one advice I could give you, Suman, is when you are actually, I think my computer froze. Can you guys? Uh, did my computer freeze? Can you see me now? I think it's okay now. So one thing about pausing frequently is it's important to note that when you do in fact pause frequently, number one thing to do is try to improve on your vocabulary, so that way you are able to feel confident in what you're trying to say. And number two is try to listen to the question. So in the English language, when the teacher is asking you or anybody talking to you, don't try to understand every single word that is being said to you. Maybe that's why you pause frequently, because you try to think back of what was the question the examiner just asked me. For example, did you go to the park today? You don't really need to know what did you means and to the just remember, you literally need to know go park you go park. You kind of get a general idea of what the examiner is asking you, or the English speaker. So try not to understand every single word that is being said to you from the examiner or your friend or your English speaker's neighbor or whoever you're talking to. That way, you're not struggling trying to understand and think of how can I respond back. And also, another thing to note is that if you do speak in front of a mirror, or if you speak using these different methods, this will really help you, Suman, is help you increase your not pausing of anymore, because you can actually watch yourself, right, and say, okay, why am I pausing? At what part of my speech am I pausing? Okay, let me try to answer this again and see if I'll actually pause, right? So if you are able to record yourself or speak in front of a mirror, this will help you build confidence. Hi, Ibtihaj. Thank you for joining us from Libya. It's great to have you on our live as well. Oh, your video is quite better now. Great. Thank you. So, Suman, did that help you with what exactly I said about practicing in front of a mirror, recording yourself, building your vocabulary words, right? These are certain ways that you could improve. Have you ever tried to record yourself when you are responding to answers? Let me know if these are certain tips you have tried, strategies you have tried to improve your English. Because trust me, the only way to know what you're having a hard time with, it's like when you exercise and you're doing some exercise and you want to know, am I pulling all the way up high or am I struggling here? So you start working out in front of a mirror to see where exactly uh, you're stopping your exercise, right? And you want to improve by looking in the mirror. It's the same way with practicing speaking. If you are able to record yourself, you can see exactly your weak points, what you're struggling with, how you could improve it, and this would help. Hi, Ibtihaj. Let me know what part of the IELTS exam. How about you introduce yourself? Let me know what part of the exam you're finding challenging. I'd love to help you on your IELTS journey. One thing I want to note, Suman, for you as well, if you haven't, please download the 30-day IELTS study plan. This gives you exactly day-to-day structure of what you should be concentrating on, um, what exactly you can do to improve in your English. I've just put the link in the chat box for you to be able to start your IELTS preparation journey, right? Like I said, try to practice daily because this will help you in your IELTS speaking section. So let me know, guys, how is it going with IELTS speaking? Have you assessed yourself? What band descriptors you think you are? So we have a comment in the chat box. I have practiced speaking to myself many times in front of a mirror. It is a really effective way to improve your speaking skills. When I read an article or anything, shall I note down all new words to improve my and how, please? Is there? Yes, Ibtihaj, this is a great question. This is actually what I was discussing earlier with students. So when you are reading and like you said, you come across a vocabulary word that's new to you, the best way, the best method I always tell my students is to have a little journal, write down all the words, and actually go and make the effort to look up the word in the dictionary is step one. And after step one, if you're not so good with speaking, step two is to actually make the effort to pronounce the word. If you go to dictionary.com, there's a little speaker button where you could actually click to hear how the word is said in the English language. So that will help you with your pronunciation, step two. Step three is to actually write the word in your own sentence so that way you remember, you not only remember in what context this word is used in, but also you will actually remember how, you will remember the word in general. Like if you just look up a word in the dictionary, it's kind of gonna stay in your short-term memory. But if you actually make the effort to write the word in your own sentence, uh, in your own topic, then you will remember in what topics, in what context you could use this word in. So I hope this method helps, Ibtihaj. So there was three things. First, you look up the word in the dictionary. Number two is you try to look at that speaker button to see how the word is pronounced. This will help with your speaking. And 3 is to actually make the effort to write the word in your own sentence, so that way you remember how exactly this word is set and used in a sentence. Hi, Sadiq. I know it's been so long. So great to have you in the live. It's been summer, so the kids were home for a while. It's been quite difficult to come on lives, but I'd like to be consistent now. Thank you so much for joining us, Sadiq, again. Let me know how is your IELTS preparation journey going? Um, have you been still practicing for IELTS? Um, did you try to attempt to take the IELTS exam? No problem, Ibtihaj. Yes, make sure you definitely follow these 3 steps, because this is the only, oh, and I could even add a 4th step to you, is actually try to use this word in a conversation with a friend or a native English speaker. So that way you're improving 4 things: your pronunciation, how to write the word in a sentence, and also how to use the word in a discussion. So these are great tips you can use to really, really improve your vocabulary. So yes, let me know how you guys are doing, um, how everything's going. Um, I'd like to know, for those of you who have been following me for a while, if you've been finding my methods useful, productive. What have you been doing to prepare for your IELTS exam? I'd like to know. So guys, while I'm waiting for the chat, I'd like to talk about the different methods I discussed in this live for people who missed it. So first step to improving to the first strategy to improving your IELTS speaking preparation is to practice every day. You need to make sure you practice every day to actually see improvement in your IELTS speaking. How could you practice? You can practice with a friend. You could practice with somebody maybe you found from another IELTS speaking community. You can practice by reading books, recording yourself. So this is the first strategy you need to keep in mind. Strategy number 2 is make the effort to learn new words. So just as I was describing to Ibtihaj, you need to make the effort to look up the word in the dictionary. You need to make the effort to actually write the word in a sentence. Remember to make this effort, or else even though you learn a new word, you're not going to remember it, believe me. So you need to make this effort. And the third strategy, once again, is to record yourself. Record yourself when you are practicing for the IELTS speaking section. Because once again, when you record yourself, you will actually know what areas you need to improve on. Are you hesitating? Are you forgetting words? Are you getting confused? You will know exactly what you need to improve on, and record yourself again trying to fix that error. So if you are able to do this, this is the only way you will know what exactly you need help in. And the fourth strategy, once again, is to you could use practice speaking tests to know exactly how the questions are formatted, how you should be formatting your answer. But I'm going to warn you with one thing: do not memorize answers. I see a lot of students watch different YouTube videos to uh, to actually watch practice speaking tests, but don't memorize answers, guys. Remember, the IELTS speaking test is informal. It is a casual discussion between you and the examiner. So the examiner will know if you try to memorize some answers from online. Do not memorize answers. Rather, follow these strategies to become better at IELTS speaking. And tip number 5, fifth tip, once again, is to get feedback. Whether you are joining an IELTS speaking course, you know somebody who's good at speaking English, get their feedback. Ask them, hey, am I answering correctly? Am I where do I need to improve on? If this is something you need help with, make sure you message me on Facebook Messenger, because I'm always available to give you that advice or feedback you need to improve in your speaking. And the sixth strategy, once again, is to join different online communities. What type of online community could you join? There are so many different online communities you could join, such as Facebook groups. We are quite active on our Facebook groups. You could join different breakout room groups. You could join Slack channels. You could join a Telegram group. There are so many ways and communities you could join. Find a speaking partner so you are able to improve in your English. But you need to make sure you are active on this group every day, guys. Some students often think that, okay, well, if I'm practicing for speaking, then I guess I have to just practice speaking. No, actually practice your writing too, because you will know exactly how a sentence is structured in when you write in the English language. So make sure you practice every day and join these online communities. Look up like a topic you're interested. For example, if you're really interested in makeup, join an online community that talks about makeup. So that way you could chime in, you could discuss your opinions, you could discuss what you think about certain things. Try responding to somebody who's talking about something you're interested in or you know about. Don't just join IELTS communities. I always tell students, join a community that you're interested in, whether it's, I don't know, playing games, whether it's uh, I don't know, reading a certain novel. There are so many different communities you could join, because believe me, if you just join and watch IELTS speaking practice, IELTS speaking groups, you'll go one day and you won't go 10 days after that because they're boring. So you want to make sure that you join a group you're interested in. So you show up every day and you say, you know what? I actually enjoy this Facebook group. I enjoy this group about makeup because I love makeup and I could learn different vocabulary words. I could use different sentences. So make sure you do that. And let's talk about number 7. Number 7 was improving your pronunciation, the seventh strategy. So you need to make sure that in order to improve your pronunciation, you practice in front of a mirror, you record yourself, you use different apps, even something as simple, right, guys? Dictionary.com. It's so simple. You could hear how the word is pronounced. You could try to practice saying the word in a sentence, so that way you know exactly how to pronounce the word. And guys, that was the end of the 7 strategies I wanted to discuss in today's live. Let me know if there are any comments, any questions you have in today's live, let me know. I see a few people here. I'm here to chit chat. This is your time for me to help you out. Let me know if there's any resources you need. If you'd like, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer all your questions. Guys, I'm really hoping to do more Facebook lives, more YouTube lives to help you really level up in your IELTS journey. Let me know. Please make sure you follow my page on Facebook or YouTube so you are notified when I go on live again. In the coming days, I will be going on live quite a bit. So I really hope to see you all on my next live. So for today, I think we will end the call now if there's no questions. I wish you guys all the best on your IELTS journey. Make sure you message me. I'm always available for any questions you may have to help you in your IELTS journey. I think I am lagging a little. I will give it 1 minute to see if anybody has any questions for me to answer before I go about improving your English, how you could improve your English, and anything in between the lines. If you do not feel comfortable typing, I could also invite you to get on the screen and ask any questions you would like. In this live, you will be on camera and I can answer any questions you have. I will put the link in the chat box to see if anyone would like to join this live and ask any questions you'd like on the camera. I know some people are shy to type, so I'm giving you this option before I end this live. Let's see, we'll wait 1 more minute and see how it goes. If anyone is not shy to join, I'd love to have you on the camera. Ask any questions you have, and I can definitely help you and assist you become better at IELTS speaking. All right, folks, I guess there's nobody who has any questions. We have watchers, but no questions. So we will end the live now. I wish you guys the best of luck on your IELTS journey, and I hope to see you on more upcoming lives coming up in the next few days. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or my Facebook community so you are actually notified when I do come on live. Take care, and I hope this session was useful for you. Bye now.